Welcome, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed the previous episode. If so, do like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let us now move on to this episode. Christmas shopping. A school day was always slow, with 8 periods of 40 minutes each, and 8 teachers, each different in her own different ways. Some with canes, showing their attitudes to children, which, of show, cannot be shown at their own homes. Others were darlings, so affectionate, kind, always ready to help. Nowadays, treatment of school children by the teachers are adorable. Canes or hitting equipment are prohibited in schools. Thanks to the humane lawmakers. God bless them. I recall one such incident where a teacher hit my brother Raj on top of the head, and it broke, bleeding profusely. Since I was studying there, was called. I took him to our family doctor, who sutured the wound and bandaged it. Raj was but a child then, a boy of quiet demeanor, a lovable person, even till today. Though this incident happened many years after that Christmas. Still, I express this because it had made a deep impression in my mind. Having said this, I would also like to state, even the harshest teacher was kind to me. I was never beaten, even once, during my school days. Though I was a mediocre student, not a backbencher, nor in the front row. Must thank my beloved Creator for bestowing His kindness on me. Even till today, He is with me, showing His utmost care by showering His loving kindness and tender mercies upon me. In those days, this was the case with many children. Each would have her own story to write, and a few tears to shed. Disciplining was not an easy job. Still, cane is not the only way. There are many other ways to discipline a child. After all, the teacher is considered next to the parent, because the child spends most of her active time in school. Compassionate approach must accompany disciplining. But for some, most teachers were loving, kind and compassionate, fondly remembered, even after 40 long years. But that day passed off, just like a flash. Back from office, Dad was waiting to pick us up. Jumping behind him on the scooter, we zoomed back home. Well, ours, by build only, was a scooter. But to us it was a family vehicle. My 2 little brothers used to stand in the footboard at the front. Myself, always the sandwich filling, used to take my seat on the hand grip in the center. And Mummy used to sit at the second seat, sideways, with little Naveen on her lap. Our Lambretta was much better than the cars we see nowadays. Unlike the old ambassadors, these cars accommodate a maximum of 5, including the driver. I mean the normal cars. We were 6. Back at home. In a jiffy, we washed and dressed up for that great evening. How many such evenings will one get? A blue moon may appear, but such extravaganzas are rarest of the rare. After coffee and snacks, we embarked on our voyage to Town Hall. A brightly lit, widespread area, cluttered with all kinds of shops, where anything is available, except father and mother. I am talking about those days. With colorful dreams of a great Christmas attire, we walked towards the shops. After Dad parking his scooter in the paid parking lot, the first shop to visit was the footwear showroom, arrayed with footwear for all ages and genders, with brightly lit displays. If given an opportunity and possession of funds, one would not hesitate to purchase the whole shop and have the company of those kind uncles who were always ready to help us with the costliest of the footwear. And here, our parents, trying to cut across midway, Only the Creator knew what those poor creatures underwent. For just being our parents, they had to go through all the financial burden to give us a dignified and happy life. When I rewind the memories of those days, the only words that come out of my mouth is, "Thank you, Lord. Thank you for the lovely parents. Thank you for the great teachers. Thank you for my beloved siblings. Thank you for everything." We were only a middle class family. Once again, a sandwiched community. Dad, the only breadwinner, was a clerk in a government office. And Mummy, a housewife. I always go for a pair of shoes with a compass in one of its heels. As though I am a mariner and regularly checking the compass on the course of my voyage. Once I get a pair of such shoes, I pull out the compass and replace it with cotton or old rags. Then, we kids used to play with it for some time and forget it, for good. I had many such compasses in my possession. Those kind uncles measure our feet, using a scale fitted to a stand and even used to put the new shoes onto our feet. Finally, the purchase of shoes, to our half content, was done. After all, we were kids. Money mattered nothing to us then. Our next destination was the cloth showroom. A big one. It was stocked with multiple colored shirt and pant materials for every budget. Normally, I do not take much time to select my clothing. But Jerry takes time to select his. As we were a large family and the purchase was for quite a good sum, we were offered coffee and biscuits while choosing our clothing. At that time, our grandmother was alive and Aunt Jai was with us. So Mummy used to purchase saris for them too. As our grandmother was well past 80 years and was unable to move out, Aunt Jai used to stay with her during our absence to take care of her needs. Dad, like me, does not take much time to choose his clothes. Mummy takes at least half an hour to choose one sari. Imagine, she had to choose two each for herself, Aunt Jai and grandmother. Purchases done. We were off to our favorite restaurant for refreshments. It was a vegetarian restaurant and we boys had a great appetite. That too. For hotel food, those days, though it is not the same now. I prefer home cooked food now, as it is healthier and to my taste. Also, I cook well and my better half appreciates it. Well, she is a better cook, I have to say. Appreciations sometimes come to encourage you to work more. This is our favorite vegetarian restaurant and we would love to have the spread of dishes arrayed there. But, before entering the restaurant, Dad would tell us that we must order only one dish, apart from coffee or tea. So, oftentimes we used to come out of the hotel half filled, wondering when we would get the opportunity to have all the dishes that we chose. But, it took many years to realize our dreams. I ordered a ghee roast, my favorite dish. It was made of rice and gram flour, in a thin wafer-like texture, golden fried on a pan, with a generous quantity of clarified butter, accompanied by different chutneys, sauces, and sambar, a lentil soup, cooked with vegetables, to deep in. It tastes awesome, when had hot. Jerry ordered, for a puri set. His favorite. It had 2 pieces of big puris. They were rounded breads, made out of a mixture of wheat and all-purpose flours, flattened and deep-fried in oil, accompanied by potato masala and coconut chutney. Dad had ordered, for a set of steamed idlis, again this was made from a mixture of rice and gram flour, poured into a mold, accompanied by chutneys and sambar. Dad's order was mainly to feed Raj, who was a 4-year-old kid, at that time. Mummy, normally, is happy with a cup of tea and that's what she did, that time too. She is a very poor eater, but a very good cook. Jerry and myself used to share our dishes between ourselves, to have a variety. At the same time, not forgetting Dad's instruction. Snacks and drinks done, we were off to the tailor's now. Our tailor was an old man, with long grey hair and a matching long mustache. Attired in a white safari suit, with a measuring tape hanging around his neck, a pen in hand, and a mystifying smile on his lips. A warm